Hey guys.
Oh, it's about.
Hey.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Oh, I was looking at this poster for study abroad. I think I might want to continue my degrees in Australia.
Wow, that's new. But why you want to study there?
Well, it's time for me to explore something new.
Well, I heard about this already. You know, if you want to study overseas, you can have a great success in the future, such as great pay, job, and new friends.
Oh, so what's so interesting about studying abroad?
Did you know study abroad is when student pursue their academic goals in a foreign country? It also has its own advantage and disadvantage if you really want to go there. But don't worry, everything's going to be good.
I also heard one of our seniors, which is Ili Hadani, that now currently working in audit firm at BDO Malaysia. She has been to SC University as a student of Bachelor in Accountancy. So, for much more interesting story, stay tuned until at the end of the video.
Wow, that's cool. This guy will be info.
One of the biggest benefits of study abroad is the opportunity to meet a new lifelong friend from different backgrounds. While study abroad, you will attend school and leave your friend in your host country, and they give you the opportunity to get to know and create lasting relationship with your fellow friends. Some students don't even want to make a friend with each other because they prefer to be alone. Well, they are wrong. What happens when you got the trouble, such as lost in the middle of city, got a problem that you cannot solve by yourself? That's why you need a friend to help you out. And you might ask, why do we need to make a friend while study abroad? Well, we do that because we are going through the same emotional journey. We experience so much together. We have a common career goal, and last thing, we make connection all over the world and want to stay in touch. That's why. Oh, you're probably gonna ask me, Adib, why do we need to study abroad? Well, let me tell you. Number one, we experience this together. Number two, we're going through this together. Number three, we have common career goal. And number four is we want connection in all over the world and stay in touch. That's all for me. Thank you.
Now, we move into a second advantage of studying abroad. When you pursue your studies in overseas, you will get to explore a new culture of the country you're studying in. Before we go in deeper, what is culture by the way? Culture encompasses the social behavior and norms in human society, as well as knowledge, belief, arts, music, and law. And it is different for all the countries around the world. Perhaps if you study in Korea, you will be mesmerized by their traditional architecture, clothes, and their cuisine. And maybe if you study in France, you will fall in love with the various types of breads, fashions, and their artistry of the country. You may find that it isn't just one your culture you will learning about of the country you study in, but also the culture of the exchange student you were surrounded by. Being in other country will make you learn a new way of teaching. Understanding other culture help yourself to develop a better sense of the world. So it will make the employers to have a good impression on you when you try to apply jobs for yourself.
The first thing you are going to experience when being abroad is you are going to get true language experience, which is new language. There is a lot of country you can go to continue your study. So when you go to some sort of foreign country that you are not used to it, like China, Indonesia, or maybe Saudi Arabia, you can learn their language or maybe slowly going to adapt with their language. This is because you are going to have a lot of new friends and they are all taught with different language. This is some advantage for you to learn a new language. For example, you can ask them to teach you their language and try talking with them. You see, not just you can develop a new language, you can also improve your English language and learn new words. You guys may be thinking, why is being abroad can improve your English, right? Well, did you know when you are in the college there are students that came from around the world and they are going to talk with only English with you. It is because English is a global language. You can improve it from adapting talking English, and by talking English all the time that you used to speak with correct grammar and also can speak fluently, you are going to learn a new word too, maybe an idiom or some words that you are not used to. For example, your new friends are maybe going to talk with a new vocabulary or talk with fill in with an idiom to make their sentence interesting.
I'm going to talk the disadvantage of studying abroad. Students who are study abroad might face this one problem, which is language barrier. This is one of the most common challenge for them when they go to another country. How does this problem happen? There are so many ways this could happen, mostly because of the language difference. Imagine go to another country that English is not their first languages. Another problem is the dialect and the accents. Different states have different accents. There are also because of lack of speech, where people speak too fast or too slow. Either way, it is unclear what they are saying. Is there a solution for this problem? Yes, absolutely. They can use another method of communication, such as hand signals, facial expressions, body language. They can also find a language exchange partner. So with this, they can learn a new language with the partner and improve those languages together. That's all for me. Bye-bye.
Okay, another point of disadvantage of studying abroad, apart from language barrier, one of it is homesick. Do you know what is homesick? Homesick is distress caused by being away from home. Why? Why this is happen? Well, one of the factors that cause homesick is when we are out of our comfort zone. Homesickness will make ourselves less focused and much more anxious because we are always thinking about when we are going to go, when we are going to our hometown. This is crucial because when we don't have focus and much more anxious, we cannot appreciate the new culture and the prosperity of the tradition in foreign country. Apart from that, this is very crucial attitude that if we not take a measurement earlier, it will cause a very big impact in the future. So how do we prevent ourselves from feeling homesick during our stay in overseas? Well, there are two ways. One of it is stay in touch with our family and friends. Well, if before we have a daily phone call or messaging with our family and friends, we can reduce it for once or twice a week. With this, we can reduce our feeling of homesickness and we can make ourselves feel much more independent. For the second point, we can step back ourselves and enjoy ourselves with the scenery and the adventures of studying at foreign country. We can have a variety of people that we can talk to and make friends. By doing so, we will prevent ourselves suffocating in feeling of homesickness and we will much more relief from stress and more focus in doing our study for the future.